There is a new hoax in town, and the hoax is it's not a very fine people or that kind of hoax. This is another hoax. The hoax is apparently that ICE detain a 5-year-old in the cold. I mean, how can ICE be so heartless? How can these law enforcement officers be so uh, devoid of humanity, of detaining a 5-year-old? And you see here our president of the United States in a parallel universe, Kamala Harris. Liam Ramos is just a baby. He should be at home with his family, not used as bait by ICE and held in a Texas detention center. I am outraged, and you should be too. And this is everywhere. You see every kind of this, crazy people framing this. I think that's what's happened. And this is the problem with social media and many, even if people who don't watch TV, people who are on social media are repeating the same lie over and over again. And that's why I make sure to address. I was not going to address this, but I said that I need to address this because it is a hoax. It is a mass manipulation attempt. And who has two thumbs and is the number one expert in the world at spotting manipulation? This guy. So, as Angie Craig wants to pretend, this week in Minnesota, ICE detained a 5-year-old boy. 5 years old. I can't even believe it. This is America. If you support this, you have lost all humanity. And no, I'm not going to play that the clip, but I'm going to share with you people who are trying to explain what really happened. This post needs a community note added to it for false reporting. The father of that 5-year-old boy took off running into the woods and left the boy all alone outside, and ICE agents grabbed him for safety concerns and kept him from freezing to death because the father of the kid left him inside, I think it was a pickup truck. Just like that. He ran away and left his son behind. And now I'm going to ask you, before we move forward and see the official report on this, what kind of father, quote unquote, sees that they are, officers, ICE officers? You're with your son, 5 years old, in the back of the truck. At least was in the back, right, of the truck. I guess. That is my guess. I don't even know if he was like, the proper seat and etc. But what kind of man runs away and leaves his 5-year-old behind to his own devices? I think that is the most honorless thing that I've heard in quite some time. That is just horrific. What that guy that is terrible. Again, this is Homeland Security. This is a horrific smear pushed by the media and anti-ICE activists. The child was abandoned by his father, and the alleged mother refused to take custody of her own child. Why, I can tell you stories about that kind of women. That kind of women do exist. And so many of you have reached out to me by email. You can reach out to me by email, by the way. My email is down there in the description. Stories when we talk about bad mothers. This is daily life in this in the life of these bad mothers. Law enforcement took care of the child, got him McDonald's, and played him with his favorite music to comfort him. Parents are asked if they want to be removed with their children, or ICE will place the children with a safe person the parent designates. Tricia, hi, I'm going to play this clip.
And this is a horrific smear that we're seeing the mainstream media and politicians on the left, including Kamala Harris, take and run with. The facts are actually that this little boy was abandoned by his own father. His own father was being approached by ICE agents when he ran and abandoned the child. Our law enforcement, in these frigid temperatures, stayed with the child, tried to bring him into custody with the mother, who actually would not take the child into custody, which is so sad, so horrific. Our law enforcement officers actually were taking care of the child, brought him to McDonald's, were playing his favorite music to really calm him down. This is, as Mark, there's major riots forming around our law enforcement officers. That is horrendous that the child is having to face this, but our law enforcement officers were taking care of him, and he's now reunited with his father in a federal processing facility.
So you tell me how that works. You tell me what is the narrative that, of course, all these people, including but not limited to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, because this is par for the course for these people. Was the 5-year-old returned because this post is 11 hours old? Yeah, the problem is, where are you return the kid to? And then I can hear, not literally hear, but I can hear people saying, oh yeah, but how are you going to go after the parents of a child? Okay, let's try to understand what is the situation. You are entering a country with your child. We don't know how long ago. We don't know. It seems like the child was not born in the United States. They enter the country with the child. So you're doing that, and you're breaking the law. What do you think is going to happen? You're taking a risk. I can understand that you can take a risk to make the best possible life for your child. I actually admire that position. I know many people that did that, enter the United States illegally, and make sure to do every single step to become legal, and that the kids were American citizens. That is, I think that is the right thing to do. Anybody with a heart will do that in that position. But if you have one guy who ran away and left his 5-year-old son, and a mother who won't accept and won't take care of the kid, then what kind of people are we dealing with here? Is that, in the first place, the people that the United States wants as citizens, as residents, as anything? Is even if they have no convictions, if they don't have a criminal record, is that the kind of people that you think that you can trust as your neighbors? That is a very, very easy question. It's like when we talk about Andrew Tate, that people say that Andrew Tate has not been convicted of anything, and this guy, it seems that he has not been convicted of anything as well. He was just being detained by ICE because he's an illegal. But at the same time, you can judge somebody's character by their behavior and their actions. And you can decide to not hang out with them, or that they are not worthy of being in your country. That is one thing. You begin to realize, okay, it is tragic that families shouldn't be separated, of course. It is tragic that a 5-year-old shouldn't be just with strangers. That should be terrifying for him. But it was his parents who put him in that position in the first place. And it's asinine to think that it is ICE's responsibility, or it is the United States' responsibility, what that 5-year-old kid is going through. It was the parents' responsibility. But you know that this libtards will do anything to blame anyone but the actual ones who are responsible for what happened. Like, as in, they won't care about this. They won't care about anything. They did not care when all this happened. It's like people are sharing that picture. I think it was under the Obama administration. I remember the Elian. I really don't remember that case. I didn't review that. But again, so many people were okay with ICE when it was under Obama, but the moment it was with Trump, they didn't want it. And with Biden, we know that the border was basically open for anybody to enter. Terrorists, criminals, rapists, murderers, everything. AOC repeats the ICE kidnapped a 5-year-old hoax. A hoax is a lie. Actual story, ICE went to arrest this illegal alien dad who decided to run away and abandon his child. Oh, model citizen. Ali Beth Stuckey. On Instagram, it's 2020 all over again. Women, including many, many Christian women, are being completely duped by the anti-ICE propaganda. believe that the ICE arrested a lone 5-year-old completely. It's demoralizing. I am working hard in my DMs and posts and on my show trying to combat this nonsense and appeal to these women. However, I felt like I was the only white evangelical woman questioning BLM in 2020, and I don't feel as alone now. There are more of us 5 years later, and I'm grateful for that. That is a problem. The problem is the platforms. Because you know that if these platforms are intelligent. Every single platform is intelligent in the sense that they will read what you share. And if they don't like your narrative, they're going to throttle you. And I don't believe for a second that the lizard, Zuckerberg, is, one of the good guys right now. I don't trust. Nobody should trust that guy. And you know that Instagram is owned by Meta, and I'm sure that they don't like the narrative, the actual thing that happened, what really happened. So if you share anything on Instagram, so tries to explain what happened, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be throttled, like in every other platform. That's why I make sure to create these videos both on YouTube, on Rumble, try to explain this on X, because that is the battle. This is an information and misinformation and disinformation battle. These hoaxes are pushed, so people keep repeating the same topics over and over again, because you know that many people are not going to read past the headlines. They're going to just confirm what they believe about Trump, what they believe about ICE, and all this is all this insanity that is going on. And, well, we are here for the common sense and to fight back this misinformation. But I would like to know, what do you think about this in the comments? And this video is going to go on my Power Pundit channel as well. So make sure to like and subscribe there. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy and the Power Pundit. Much love and